Hey viewers and viewers, my name is John Red Strategist and welcome back to If My Heart Had Wings, episode 11. So, oh boy, last episode, a lot of things actually happened. We went for our flight again, aiming for the morning glory, got close to it, then we nearly crashed, and then Amane basically has to leave the school, and old Tobioka, our old villain here, not here, sorry, he's not in the scene, what am I talking about, he suddenly showed up and basically destroyed the garage where the Soaring Club had its little base of activity. So, yeah, so much went down then. But now effectively it feels like we're kind of in sort of the next chapter of the game, because we got an achievement that was you finished all the common routes, which I guess means kind of like, all the build-up material were through that, and now we're on to probably the sort of the romance routes, possibly, I would imagine. So, also, the twins, these... see one of them on screen right now, they seem to now be coming into the story a bit more, which is kind of interesting, because I feel like we're kind of, maybe it's sort of the halfway point of the game. It's interesting to suddenly bring these two in now, but yes, I mean, we have been encountering them here and there from time to time. I thought you might be here. Yoru, if you don't go back now, you'll be late for dinner. Yeah, but can I stay a little longer? There's no use waiting, it won't appear, How do you know that? God dang. Literally the only way to tell them apart, well, not the only way actually, is the fact that one of them has a proper necktie, the other has a bow ribbon, and then also by the hair ribbons as well. It hasn't flown once since that time, has it? I went to take a look at the runway, but the weeds are all overgrown and there are no signs of it having been used. Yeah, but... I asked about it today at school. It was the members of the Soaring Club at our school. The people flying in glider were... Yes. They were the activities of a club at our school. This is like you can't see the wood for the trees. So that means if I ask, they might let me join? That's too bad. The Soaring Club had its status repealed. The so-called legendary senior quit, and that was it. Really? That's why they're not flying. That's why there's no point waiting here. Come on, let's go back, I'm hungry. Okay, well, one of them wanted to join, the other one is sceptical, I guess. I see, so they won't be flying anymore. Drink more tea. A sky so blue it almost hurts the eyes, under towering thunderhead. The cicadas singing their hearts out, the lush vegetation growing, bathed in the sunlight. Summer has come again. Wow, that was quick, wasn't it? It's so hot. Are we basically time-skipping forward by a year? Is that what just happened? I complain while hanging the sheets over the clothesline. In this heat, they should be dry by lunchtime. As I speak, I gaze at the distant thunderhead. It is said that thunderheads, in other words giant cumulonimbus clouds, can extend upwards out of the stratosphere. The world record for highest flying in a glider also went beyond the stratosphere. They both seem hard to believe at first. Morning, love. As I take the sheets out of the wash basket, I hear a voice from behind. It's Agear. It's hot today too, isn't it? I'll be with you in a moment. Can you vote inside? Oh, hello. You're all looking a bit... solemn? Somber? Nobody saying anything? Is it here? Good morning. What are you all doing here? What? It's Ageir. Which one was Ryoko? That was the one I was like, oh, so excited. What will be this? Are you also disappointed for? I should probably say, what are you also disappointed for? It'll be here soon. What will be? The new refrigerator. Oh, he's been trying really hard. I've forgotten completely what Sane's was. It was like, wasn't it? We're able to do it ourselves. We don't need to compete for space so that we can keep the juice cool anymore. Oh. Our refrigerator has been used for decades and is a relic from the last century. It's been in bad condition for a long time, and we often find that it has no power. I mean, it's tragic accidents where expensive ice cream melts on us will also go away. A few days ago, Kotori's Hagen-Dart. They're not even calling it Hagen-Dart anymore. Is that the correct spelling? Hagen-Dazs? Did someone in the localization team make a boo-boo? Instead of calling it Hagen-Dazs, they actually used the actual brand name. few days ago, Kotori's Haagen-Dazs was completely ruined. That really do be a tragedy, love. The food won't be spoiled anymore, and the electric bill will be cheaper, and it won't be a problem for the owner either. I finished hanging up the laundry, and then while joining everyone I explained. But she didn't give it the okay straight away though, did she? Yeah, well, I was the one who approached the owner about it, but it wasn't exactly a smooth process to get to this point. The owner herself is okay with it, but her sons want to get rid of this place as soon as possible, and that's why they were against the idea of getting a new fridge. Sorry, probably hearing my chair creak. I persistently pursued the negotiations and finally won out. It's all thanks to Harry. Yeah, he's a great door, mother. Nah, not really. The old lady said that Howie is doing a good job. When she says old lady, she means the owner. I think that's the reason she agreed to it. Then the doorbell rang from the entrance. I like how sometimes, you know, I guess because obviously this would have originally been done by Japanese writers. Having played, you know, the odd visual novel, I do feel like you pick up on certain quirks that Japanese writers who create these things have. Often you have little details that they always repeat every once in a while as though they're worried that you might have forgotten. It's here! All the boarders for getting excited. Hey up there, you lot! The guy from the electrical store came straight in, and when he saw all the girls standing there plus one boy, he said, "Whoa! I've come to deliver your refrigerator." I like how even the electrician guy apparently has a little bit. He actually has a depiction in the artwork. Please install it over here. Could you also take away the old one? The new fridge will be installed in the dining hall, and the old one will be taken away for recycling. I signed the receipt, then I'll leave the rest to you. Sure. I let Kanako take care of it, and then I left the dormitory. My voice almost went into Kanako's voice then for a moment. Howie, get a fucking move on, or we'll miss train, lad. Okay, sorry. Must be nice for them. I wanted to go too. Grumbled Kotori. I can't believe they go without a leader. It can't be helped. Today you have to help out at Anchan's place. I know that. It's been a year since the Soaring Club lost. It says, yeah, it has, we have time skipped forward a year. Then summer had come round again. We've got to hurry up with our plan. Yeah. What is the plan? Our revival of the club's activities hadn't been accepted, and we still had the status of a society. Under the supervision of Herr Tobioka, it had become effectively impossible to carry out our club activities in the school grounds. Just now, Kotori had patronisingly referred to herself as club leader, but she was the second in charge before, so as a matter of course she inherited the title. Anyway, we've been demoted to the status of society, so now she's just the leader. She's just the Fuhrer. It looks like Kotori has really taken a liking to that title. I'm sorry. Look, there's going to be all kinds of silly, inappropriate jokes, okay? It's weird but doesn't leader sound a lot more high and mighty than club leader? That's kind of besides the point, but we don't have a clubhouse or a glider. Yeah, I assume the glider that we worked so hard on basically just got completely destroyed when old Tobioka had the place knocked down. But there are things that we can do. One of those is doing a part-time job. Even after the owner got better, I carried on doing the work of the dorm mother. My mum pays for me for the work, and that is used for my living expenses. Ageo and Kotori are working at Anchan's factory. They don't receive wages, but they get paid in glider material. Wow, that's an interesting arrangement. Factories can get those materials more cheaply once they choose good quality materials, which is a big help. We have a plan coming up that requires the use of large amounts of FRP and so on. Then another one of our activities is in the place that Ageo and I are going to now. See, I was worried for a moment that they were going to re-explain what FRP was. I feel like that was one of those little details that the writers would have been like, in case you forgot, here's what it is. It's at a runway 2 hours away by train. I go there often to attend glider flight training. A few days ago I finally managed to get the pilot's license that I'd wanted for so long. It was pretty hard work, but with this I can fly a glider by myself. Ageo has been coming with me when she has spare time to be in contact with the aircraft and help with the maintenance. Kotori comes too, but she always just comes to watch. She could go for a flight with a local pilot, but she stubbornly refused. It's okay, I'll fly with Aoi. It seems she still remembers the promise I made to her before. Of course, I secretly still remember it too. We had a goal. To complete an aircraft according to the designs that Amane had left behind. Then to fly that glider through the passage of clouds. I mean, I can understand why they've done a time skip here, because it's probably, there's no point really showing a lot of these details. Actually, focus on the important stuff. Compared to past data, the weather conditions this year are similar to those of years where morning glory has occurred. It could come this year summer. There is a possibility. We don't know if it'll come or not. It came last year, so it's more natural to think that it won't come again this year too. But it's no use thinking about it not coming. Let's believe that it will come and keep going. As for why we need to make all the necessary preparations. I look up to see a sky so blue, it almost hurts my eyes under towering thunderhead. That sky looks so high that it goes on endlessly. It's a real summer was beginning. Okay. Do we have to go through the rigmarole of end-of-term exams once more? Oh, that's a different kind of transition. Guess that's really marking out the fact that we're in a new stage of the game and all. As I said at the start of the playthrough, we're not going to try and, play every single route in this game. We're just going to maybe focus on one, get one of the routes, get an ending, and then we'll probably wrap up the playthrough. And then, who knows, if people wanted to see more routes, I suppose sometime in the future I could always think about coming back, but, I don't have plans to do so. A strong wind blew against the classroom windows. It's looking as if it hasn't started raining again, but outside there are already signs that there will be a storm. According to the weather forecast, a typhoon will be passing through Kasagawa at about 10 o'clock tonight. It looks like a very large typhoon. There has already been damage caused by heavy rainfall in western areas, which is why the school will be closed this afternoon. You must go straight on without taking any detours. Everyone responds to the teacher's warning with a lively yes. Why is everyone so excited by this unplanned break from school? Look outside, see? Look at how much the branches of the trees are bending. Oh yeah, you're right. You're not a little kid, don't get so excited by a storm. Leave me alone, doesn't this stir your emotions? Kotori turned to me and said, right Howie, like she was seeking approval. Well, it is pretty exciting. Again, in the past, whenever a typhoon came, you would get scolded for wanting to go outside. You'd hold out your raincoat and jump around pretending to be a flying squirrel, remember? That were when we were kids, you tattletale. So that's what I was like as a kid. That's in past. Now I'm grown up. I don't know about that. What was that? Yeah, whatever. Let's get out of here. I have to get back and fix that dilapidated old dormitory. Lots more bits might come flying off again this time. Because of being hit by frequent typhoons, Maison du Flying Fish had suffered a great deal of damage. Part of the roof was blown off, the walls were peeling, the rotten shutters were broken, and it was on the verge of collapse. Man, you wouldn't know that from the CG of the main hallway, would you? I'll come and help. You guys are always taking care of me. So to trouble you, that would be a big help. Now that Viva in the 3rd grade, Viva in the same class again. It's not clear if it's a coincidence or if someone was being considerate towards us. Things didn't feel so new to me anymore. Well, to be honest, I was really happy to be able to take lessons with them again. Okay, so if they're in the 3rd grade, they've never actually established how old these characters are. I mean, Amane was always described as being a senior, so I'd imagine she was probably like 18. Now, having said that, no. She could in fact be even older than that, couldn't she? 19? Even 20? Because obviously she was the repeat student who deliberately kept herself being held back. So how old... So, hang on, so obviously Japanese education system in high schools, what is the 3rd grade? What are they talking about? Does that mean like the 3rd year of high school? In which case, now we are probably something like 17 or 18. And I'm assuming in all the chapters prior to this we were probably like 16 or something, I don't know. I don't know. As we went into the hallway and waited for the elevator... actually, excuse me you guys, a voice called out from behind. Oh, guten Tag there, President. It was Akari Kumoi, the former Vice President and now President of the Student Council. A few days ago at the Student Council election, she was appointed President of the Student Council. How many times can we say Student Council in the next few minutes? Can we help you? Yeah, actually, yes you can. There's something I'd like to ask you, all of you, the members of the Soaring Society. Hearing the President say it like that made us flinch on the inside. What might that be? Kotori moves forward as our representative. She is also a leader, but in this case just a leader of a society. However, she doesn't lose to her in terms of having a resolute attitude. Actually, not here. Would you be able to come with me to the student council room? She glares in a mildly threatening way. Oh crap, she'll definitely find out. That was Irish for some reason. What should we do? We have a little secret as if we don't want the student council president to find out about. Does it have to be now? There's a storm outside and our teacher told us to go straight home without any detours. Nice comeback, Kotori. Actually, this won't take long. I just want you to say yes or no to a few simple questions. Kotori can only groan at the president's you know what this is about attitude. At that moment, we were saved by the arrival of the elevator. I immediately pushed Kotori under a wheelchair through the open doors. Sorry, President, but we're in a hurry, so we'll see you next time. Just disrespect her authority. Actually, wait. If we don't hurry back, our old dormitory will fall to pieces. So that part actually wasn't a lie, and I became quite defiant, then pushed the closed door button in the elevator. Hey, actually, come to the student council room tomorrow. Have you got that? A guy's voice chases through the gap in the closing doors. Well, we're going to have a chat with her at some point, I guess. This wind is unbelievable. Kotori picked some grass and threw it, and it danced through the air as it was blown away by the wind. You might want to keep your hat inside. Don't spread your wings, hat. You might get carried away. No, hat, don't come out here. You're fat, but you're only little, so you get blown away for sure. Hey, you, stop playing around and come and help. I came back in a hurry and got all of the boarders to help with the repairs. The strong winds had picked up momentum since we left the school, and howling sounds came from the old dormitory. Hey, you know Akari wanted to talk about something. It were that thing, weren't it? Agaya seemed worried as she asked. Perhaps that's what it looked like. What'll we do? There's not much we can do. We'll just have to play dumb. Kotori spoke quietly as she rubs the top of her head that had just been karate chopped. Well, seems like it, doesn't it? We had a secret. We'll be in big trouble if the uppity student council president finds out about it. Even if we are found out even, we shall face it with dignity. I envy your unfounded self-confidence, love. More importantly, I get really fired up when there's a typhoon. It really fills me with intense emotions. Kotori holds both hands up in the air in sheer excitement. She really is an odd one. I'm more worried that this old dormitory might get blown away. As I speak, I throw some of the repair materials down on Kotori's lap with a thud. Wow, just careful. Take these to Yuka, and the others. Okay, let's go, Hat. Kotori doesn't put up any resistance and heads towards the other boarders. She's changed a lot too in the last year. When I first came here, she hardly spoke to the other boarders at all, but now she speaks to them normally. Back then she was just obstinately making things worse. As vague Kotori is now, I think this is the real her. All of the other boarders are such nice people. As soon as Kotori started being herself, they accepted her. As far as these days, Maison du Flying Fish is so peaceful. Well then, I'm all done here. Let me just drink a bit more of my tea. I was about to head to the next place when my cell phone rang. I take it out and on the display it said Mum. Guten Tag. Hello, Howie, it's me. What's up? Typhoon's coming, isn't it, darling? I was wondering if you were okay. Don't worry, everyone's helping me work on the repairs. I see. You being so hard-working is a big help. Also, it's been a year and you're still talking with a German accent, even though you're not German at all, and I'm not German either. What's that about? If that's how you feel, why don't you bump up my wages? I'll think about it, darling. She always just leaves it at that. Anyway, Howie, there's something I need to discuss. Discuss? What's that? I ask with the feelings as if it was something bad, judging from her tone. Let me guess, she's about to say she needs me to go somewhere or something. Transfer somewhere else. Oh. From tomorrow, darling, a new boarder will be coming. Let me guess, is it one of the twins? What? Agaya, who is next to me, is surprised by me shouting in a loud voice. That being the case, take good care of them, darling. Wait, Moms, that's not a discussion, is it? The decision's already been made. What's going on? You can't just say that all of a sudden. I know it's short notice, darling, but I can't do anything about that. There are rooms available, so it shouldn't be a problem. There aren't any we can use right away, though. Yes, there is. The double room on the second floor. That's... Without realising, I panic. Oh, they're coming tomorrow, so I'll leave it to you. Oh, is that the room that we're using for our secret plan? Well, you know, if it's the twin who wanted to be part of the soaring club, that might not be a problem. Wait. She hung up at her end. If I call back, she'll probably choose not to answer it. What's up? I get asked anxiously if I'll look up at my stunned face from below. A new boarder is coming tomorrow. She told me to use the double room on the second floor, but... Oh, that's not good. We have to move that thing by tomorrow. Oh, there's a storm outside. What are we going to do? Are we going to see the room above? Oh. Large raindrops struck the window. There's a real storm will be soon begin. You know, little digression for a moment. This is nothing to do with the game. This is just something I've thought of, prompted by the fact that, you know, the weather in game at the moment is rainy. Do you know I've got into very recently on YouTube? Has anyone else ever watched? Has anyone else basically ever been to channels like Virtual Japan? Basically, if you don't know what Virtual Japan is, it's a channel on YouTube, and it has a lot of videos, whoever runs it, where they basically just like, they get a camera, a video camera or whatever, and they basically just go for a silent walk through places like Tokyo, or parts of Tokyo like Shinjuku and Harajuku. And I've really got into just watching those videos. Like, some of them can be over an hour long, just slowly wandering through Tokyo, through the streets. And they're even better when... The ones that I really like are the ones when the weather actually is kind of bad. Because there's some really good ones where it's like walking through Tokyo in the evening when it's getting dark and it's raining. Or there's ones like walking through Shinjuku, say, and Shibuya in the evening, it's getting dark and it's snowing. And I don't know why, but I really, really love those videos. There's just something really relaxing to them about me. And also, you know, it's really fascinating to watch and just, like, observe the surroundings. Yeah, sorry, just momentary digression. Go and check it out, Virtual Japan. That's one of the channels I've been watching recently that does that kind of content. There are other ones as well. There's also ones not just in Japan. There's also ones here in the UK, for example, as well, that do similar things. There's a channel called Out and About Walking, who does sort of like silent walks through things like Cotswold villages here in the UK. You know, and again, some of the ones I really like on that channel are, you say, like walking through Cirencester at night when it's raining slightly and that kind of thing. Cool channels. Wow, we're in one of our rooms on the second floor, actually. What shall we do? There's a blue sheet in his storeroom, spreads out how to cross it. The waterway in the back garden looks like it's going to overflow. Just leave it. Hey, my bedroom window is blown... That's not her voice. Hey, my bedroom window is blown away. What? Is the shutters okay? Yes, just about. Alright, close the shutters, unsecure them from the inside. Okie dokie. Hopefully she don't get blown out the window. Otherwise, if we look out the window now, we might just see Kaneko flying away with an umbrella in one hand like Mary Poppins. Oh jeez, how did this building last so long? There are a lot of typhoons this year, and this is the third time that Von has hit Kasagara so far. The first two caused extensive damage, and the third just came just after we finished the repairs. This is how he came to do this repair work so frantically, and I can kind of understand why the owner's sons want to get rid of this place. Now, what am I thinking? I will protect the peace of a maison du Flying Fish. If I was shouting about how I don't see how anyone can be excited about a typhoon, I went to repair the window in Kaneko's room. Ooh. Oh, I thought we were actually going to see Kaneko's room then. Here's one of the twins, isn't it? Hey, pet, there's no one here. Maybe they can't hear us because the wind is so loud. Shall we go in? But we'll be soaked if we wait here. Yes, true. I guess sometimes you are right, you bitch. Hey up. There really is no one here. Excuse me, is anyone there? Oh crap, this isn't just a small leak. Get a bucket for now. That's not his voice at all. We'll have to keep watch over it all night. Excuse me. They can't hear you. You've got to shout louder. Excuse me, hello? Is everyone fucking deaf in here? Huh? She ignored you. I was wondering then for a second if Kaneko was going to show up in her friggin' night dress again. Everyone was going to get uppity and go like, oh no, Kaneko's in her underwear once more. Of course. There should be a big bucket here. Howie, Howie. What is it? I'm kind of busy right now. There are some visitors here. Huh? Visitors? In the middle of a storm like this? Who could that be? It's your boarders. They've arrived early. Yep, I knew it was the twins. Excuse me, is anybody there? There's really no one there. This place is pretty old and shabby, isn't it? There won't be anything left of it by tomorrow morning. Hello, someone please come out. I've entered the entrance with Kaneko and a girl was there. No, two girls, owie. And I know they may look the same. You may think that a mirror has just been placed somewhere, but it's actually two girls. You're not seeing double. Actually two girls, or rather twins. Their appearance is exactly the same. Well, yeah, more or less. With tears in her eyes, but seemingly whispering something, one of the girls noticed me. What should we do? It's a stranger. This is obvious. May I ask who you might be? What should I do, Yoru? Okay, so... Oh. What got an achievement? Approach. Watch 20% of the cut. 20%? Only 20% of the cutscenes? Okay. I mean, I guess quite a few of the cutscenes are probably in all the different routes, so we won't get anywhere probably near to 100% anyway in this playthrough. They seem surprised at a boy for being in a girl's dormitory, and the two girls, who seem really shy, stands there sheepishly, unable to say anything. Having said that, they do seem familiar. Huh? I remember seeing those faces before. Have I seen you somewhere? Yes. Do you not remember, Owie? 2,980 yens worth of 100 grams of meat? The meme. What is it? Could you stop staring? Oh, sorry. Is there something strange about our faces? No, it's not that. I feel like we've met before, which is saying something because I don't usually talk to Scousers. Oh, I remember. As I shout out in a loud voice, one of the girls, for now I'll call her Girl A, jumped in surprise. Yours a curry girl? Curry girl? It was quite a long time ago, but she was the girl at the supermarket buying high-grade marble beef as an ingredient for curry. For, 2,980 yens of 100 grams of meat or whatever it was. What? Do you know her? Nine, it seems that I know her, but she doesn't know me. But why is the curry girl here? Speaking of which, they're twins. Was the girl at that time Girl A or Girl B? Say, you two, what are you doing here at Maison du Flying Fish? Thinking that they might be scared of me, Kaneko steps forward and kindly asks them, "Thanks for backing me up." Another stranger? That's because it's a dormitory. There'll be a lot of people we don't know. Did you come here to meet someone? That's we are from today. Here. We're going to live here, that's what she's trying to say. Girl B jumped in to finish what Girl A was desperately trying to say. Hey, hold on a second. What did you just say? They're going to live here. Kaneko speaks like it's got nothing to do with us. What? Girl A was frightened again by my loud voice. Bloody hell, Owie. Keep it together, lad. Asa, that's your name, is it? Okay. I'm Asa Kazato. I'm Yoru Kazato. So, okay. I mean, if you're going to wear different coloured skirts, that's going to be very helpful. So, Yoru is blue, Asa is red. Remember that, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Also, Yoru has flower scrunchies in her twin tails. For the time being, I gathered all the boarders in the dining hall and got the two girls to introduce themselves. It seems that Asa, the timid one, is the older sister, and Yoru, the blunt one, is the younger sister. Asa and Yoru, meaning morning and night. That's interesting. Kotori seems really impressed. There's a girl in a wheelchair. That girl there looks like an idiot. Which one did you just say looked like an idiot? Kazuto, could it be that you two are the much-rumoured Genius twins? Genius twins? What are you talking about? Come on, everyone's been talking about it since spring, lad. That these amazing geniuses had entered school. On top of that, they're beautiful twin sisters. Nah, they're too lolly. They look way too young. They look like they're about freaking 11 years old. Seriously. But it's that classic anime thing. You have a female character who looks like she's about 10, but it's like, oh no, she's actually a 500-year-old goddess. And it's like, really? Really? Oh gosh, that's... Now that you mention it, there was a rumour about that. The guys in our class were making a big fuss about it. Not because they're geniuses, but because they're beautiful twin girls. Ah, geniuses, eh? Just how clever are they? They were at top at entrance exam rankings by miles. After that in lessons, they showed genius level abilities in all areas. I misread that line completely. It runs onto this one. And some say that their talent surpasses even that of Amane Mochizuki. What? Apparently Mr. Tobiorka scouted them for a robot club straight away. Looks like they refused though. These girls possess a level of genius higher than even Amane. Katori seems to be looking at the two girls with a hint of nastiness in her eyes. Some strange thoughts must be going through her head again. Oh, is that so? No, that's not it. That's only Yoru, not me. Asa, as the older one, takes a step back as if she's putting her sister forward. Everyone looks at Yoru with curiosity. But who cares about things like that? She said as though she found this whole thing rather troublesome. Yoru's great, she's definitely a real genius. I say that publicly. Behind everyone else's backs, we just go at each other half the time. This girl is... I'll tell you this, Amane was incredible. Even though she's a big eater, she could concentrate on something so much she forgets she was hungry. She's just an idiot. What did you say? Alright, it doesn't matter, just be quiet. I tried to calm down Katori, who was getting more and more angry. If I just let her say what she wants, Amane will probably just sound like even more of a weirdo. Anyway, we've introduced ourselves, so shouldn't you do the same? Yeah, you're right. We went off on a bit of a pointless tangent there. Everyone pulls themselves together and introduces themselves one by one. I also listened enthusiastically, whereas with Yoru, it was like everything was going in one ear and out the other. Agea's not a boarder, but she introduced herself too. She often comes here, so if those two are going to live here, it's best if they know who she is. As then my turn finally comes around. I'm Aoi Minose's adored mother. Sorry if I scared you just now. It's okay, love. Don't worry about it. Isn't this a girls' dormitory? What are you doing here? A fucking man in this environment, he's probably a fucking perv. Yeah, well, for various reasons I'm doing the work of the dorm mother. A boy in a girls' dormitory, also someone that young is doing it. She appears to be looking at me with suspicion. Aoi's alright. He's not interested in girls. Phrase it like that, we could immediately make a joke. Say, Aoi's interested in boys. What? She's right. Even though he lives surrounded by so many girls, he still hasn't had a girlfriend. He even gets angry with Kana-chan for walking around in her underwear. He definitely doesn't like girls. Okay. Everyone thinks that Aoi's gay. Hold on a moment, why are we talking about this? Well, are you interested in girls? Of course I'm interested in girls. These girls are totally freaked out, you know. But you've got it all wrong. I'm interested in girls in a perfectly normal, healthy way, so I wouldn't do anything strange or inappropriate. I think that we should stay in another dormitory, sis. I dig myself into more of a hole the more I speak. As if sensing my predicament, a duck came walking into the dining hall. Wow! A duck! At that moment, the twins turns their attention to Hat. You came at just the right time, Hat. Introduce yourself too. Yoru introduced himself, that's so cute. It's a pet duck. Are you allowed pets in this dormitory? Well, actually, they're not, but... That's Kaneko. Senior Hat isn't a pet, he just lives here. You might call him our housemate. The twins look like they didn't really get it, but he's cute, so they just kind of accepted it. Well, why did you come today? I heard you were coming tomorrow. That's because... Asa was acting nervously. When we thought we'd be able to live by ourselves, we could hardly contain our excitement. We heard from the real estate agents that there was a room we'd be able to use right away. Oh. Katori, Ageo and I had troubled looks on our faces, and the other boarders looked kind of awkward. Now, right now, due to the typhoons, there are leaks on various other problems. It's not just the appearance from the outside, it's a mess inside too. Come on sis, let's search for another dormitory. Yes, but there are no other places that we can move into straight away, that's what Grandpa said. Well, let's go back home. I don't want to, said Aza emphatically. Asa even. Aza is a man's name. She seems to be quite strong-willed. Here, why has it suddenly been decided that you'd be coming to live in our dormitory? It's early July. If you're going to move into a dormitory, now is not the best time. She said she wanted to move out all of a sudden, then we started looking for places. At first we should have been able to have moved into the new dormitory built by the school, but there were no rooms available. Oh, is that dormitory? Katori, Ageo and I all had slightly grim expressions on our faces. Again, my chair is creaking. creaking like a bad 'un. This year, Kefo Academy built a new student dormitory. It was built at the back of the school, in other words, on the site of the Soaring Club's garage. The truth is that the school had been planning to build a dormitory for a while, once the garage was in the way. That's the reason why a group of teachers, starting with Herr Tobioka, wanted to have the Soaring Club status repealed. The existence of the new student dormitory had an influence on Maison du Flying Fish too. Due to there being a delay with determining the lands that would be used for the student dormitory, the significance of small places like Maison du Flying Fish was recognised. However, since the new dormitory was built, the school seems to want to end its agreement with Maison du Flying Fish. An external dormitory, which the school can't keep a close eye on, has plenty of things to be worried about, it would seem. However, the rent here is cheap. That's because the owner runs the place almost as a hobby. That's why, even as the new dormitory has been built, Yuka and the others decided to live here in the end. All things considered, not only the former members of the Soaring Club, but everyone here has mixed feelings about the new student dormitory. Then our grandfather spoke to an old friend of his who introduced us to this place. So does that mean that my mother and your grandfather know each other? Maybe that's the reason why my mother suddenly told me that they would be coming tomorrow. Yeah, he said he can always depend on her. Did he? Our grandfather is a director of Keifu Academy. I see. What? Yoru, that's kind of... It's fine. It's better to tell them now than for them to find out later. You're our director's granddaughters. I should be, you're the director's granddaughters. Chairman of the board, to be exact. The boarders begin to murmur as they hear such a powerful sounding title. Well, that's how it is. Would you mind showing us our room? We can move in soon, can't we? There's a really bad leak. Also, we thought you'd be arriving tomorrow, so it hasn't been cleaned yet. We're sorry for turning up out of the blue like this. It doesn't matter, let's just take a look. We'll think about whether we're going to leave or not once we've seen it. Nines, that's why I said, You're acting suspiciously. Are you hiding something? This girl is smart. Let's go, sis. Okay. The twins ignore me as I start to panic and head towards the room. They must have heard the room number from my mother. This is bad, Howie. We gotta stop them. That one with a bad attitude really annoys me. Those two are Chairman's granddaughters. If they find it, we're going to be in big trouble. You're right, but I can't think of any way to stop them. Anyway, I'll be back. It smells kind of mouldy, doesn't it? Yes, just a little. Oh well, that must be because it's raining. Perhaps I think it's because this place is old, though. Besides, it's creaking because of the typhoon. Doesn't it feel like it's going to fall apart? Yeah, maybe. Let's give up on this place. The food at home's delicious, and Grandpa... Ah, here's the room. Huh? What's this? Yep, they're building a glider in here or something. I wonder, is it? Could it be? As I reach the second floor, the two of them were standing there, staring blankly at the glider inside. Wow, you can fit that in a dorm room? Or is it like in pieces? Done it in sections. We're just looking after this. There's no leak, is there? Oh, you're right. It looks like someone fixed it, I guess. Did you lie in order to keep this hidden from us? Yeah, that's right. I quickly owned up to it. Seems like there's no use lying to this girl. But why something like this in this kind of place? After all, this is a glider, isn't it? So you know what it is? I forgot the situation for a moment and accidentally answered their question. Also, I was rather happy as I did so. Gliders are a little-known form of transportation, and not many people have actually seen one. Not only that, this one is currently dismantled. You know, was this by any chance stolen from the school? Is everybody okay up there? I don't know. Was it really alright for us to do something like that? We had no choice. If we hadn't done it, it would have been taken to the museum. If that had happened, we'd never be able to get it back. That glider is what we inherited from Amane. Aye, it is. So, is that the case? As Yoru seems to... Oh, that was Scouse again. As Yoru seems to find my attitude even more unusual, she becomes more determined to find out the truth. Back then, when the Soaring Club was shut down, when the garage was forcefully taken away from us and demolished, the glider was no longer inside. It had been moved to another place. After that, under the school's instruction, it was kept in the storeroom. We wanted to get it back quickly, but since there was no way we could fly it, and we didn't have anywhere to put it, we kept quiet and let the school take care of it. Said a few days ago we heard some surprising news from certain sources. The school was trying to have the glider donated to the city museum. This glider was made by the old members of the club, and an original aircraft like this is extremely rare in this country. Therefore it has value as something to be collected by a museum. To the school it was seen as a waste of storage space, and they wanted to dispose of it. If they'd gone to the museum, they would never have been able to have gotten it back. As an extreme measure, we decided to take it away in secret. Okay. How does one steal a glider? Because surely you would have had to dismantle it into parts and ship them out individually. Hopefully nobody saw that. And that's the reason why it's here now. Yes, that is correct. If I lied, I'd soon be found out. I admitted it honestly. I must say I'm surprised that it would be hidden in a place like this. Is this the reason why you don't want us to live here? No, and I heard you were coming tomorrow, and I was planning on moving it somewhere before then. Is that so? Unfortunately, we were still in the middle of a huge typhoon. It's the only other place where we might be able to store a great big glider like this would be the entranceway. However, given the circumstances, we wouldn't want to leave it anywhere so noticeable. Please, you must keep this a secret. I put both hands together like I'm praying. We told you just now that we are the granddaughters of the chairman of the board, didn't we? Why would we want to do something like betray our grandfather for your sake? I like it here. Sis? Asa seemed like she was full of determination as she made a statement. I like it here, Yoru. Weren't you listening, sis? This thing was stolen from the school. Yes, but even so I like it here. I'm sorry. Asa begged her sister Yoru, who seemed to be both scolding her, yet astonished at the same time. Hey sis, first of all, if this thing is in here, we won't have anywhere to sleep. It's okay, I can do this. Asa laid her petite body in the gap between the fuselage and the main wings that were leaning against the wall. Count me out. But we have to stay here today. The whole building shook and rattled as it was battered by strong winds. There's a typhoon outside. What you gonna do, love? Not in this weather, you can't go anywhere. Even so, I don't think this place is very safe. It also seems rather unsanitary. If it ends like this, our secret will be found out. That our glider is here. I feel like as soon as you get the glider out again, though, people are going to pretty much wise up very quickly that it's been taken away. I feel like you're going to get in trouble anyway. So as of today, the two of you are our friends. Let's all get along together. Okay, let's have a round of applause, I say as I forcibly encourage everyone to clap. Everyone looked at my twitching smile with a dubious look on their faces and gave a round of applause. How are your faces twitching? We've been busted. It's great to meet you all. Well, I guess we can get along. Your attitude stinks. Is this alright, Yuka? That kid has a really bad attitude. She's just a freshman, so we gotta tell her what's what. Kotori makes a real fuss about it, while everyone just replies with a we've already gotten used to it. Gotten used to it? How come? Everyone gives her a sideways look as if to say, well, to be honest, you were 10 times worse, Kotori. It won't be better if you just introduce yourself properly and say nice to meet you. Kotori looks to Ageo and me like she's looking for backup. Same here. Same here. She's surrounded by opposing opinions on all sides. What are you doing, you guys? My attitude was never that bad. But what are we gonna do about the room? That room is... Yuka mumbles unintelligibly. We received implicit agreement from the boarders that we could hide the glider in the dormitory. They highly valued my achievement of getting the new fridge, and understood our feelings as former members of the soaring club, so they turned a blind eye to the whole incident. That is why, supposedly, they have decided to pretend that they don't know that it's here. We will search for another place to store it as quickly as possible. Until then, you two can use my room. Everyone made a face as if to say, is that okay? Don't have many things, so I can easily clear a space, so you can sleep anywhere you like. Okay, you can come to my room. Let's sleep together. Hey, Kana, what the hell are you talking about? You can't let him do something like that. Oh, why not? That's, Agea, you tell her. What does that have to do with me, you bugger? It's kinda like this. If Howie was involved in any kind of misconduct, he'd have to quit his dumb mother. Yes, that's it. Everyone says things like, yeah, well, that would be a problem for us. Which is why that proposal is rejected. I don't need to say things like proposal rejected. It's not like this is some business discussion. Asa spoke nervously. I don't mind staying in the room with the glider, you know. But there's nowhere to lay a foot on. I'm fine, I'm prepared to do that. Everyone looks at her as if they're saying, "What on earth is she talking about?" Fate? That's right. Her eyes lit up when she was looking at the glider just now. Does she have some sort of emotional attachment to it? That went friggin' Scottish for a moment. For example, she might be some sort of airplane nerd. I'm not doing it. I'd suffocate if I slept in such a cramped space. Yoru. I said I'm out. There's no way I'm doing it. Well, you can use my room, is that okay? Yes. For some reason she nodded reluctantly. That was Scouse as well, when it was actually supposed to be Owie's voice. So that's that, everyone. It's just for a little while, so I'll appreciate your cooperation. This is my room. Okay, we're coming in. Yoru, this is a boy's room. I've never been in a boy's room before. Where do you think he keeps the porn mags? Yes, it is. The two of them nervously look around my room. Do teenage boys these days have secret stashes of porn mags in their room? I say that like, you know, all teenage boys do. But I look back on my teenage years and I actually didn't. So, but I feel like that's a trope though in anime, isn't it? Teenage boys have porn mags in their rooms, hidden somewhere. He's got so many manga books. I guess boys really like manga, don't they? Said Arsa, impressed. But all of them were brought here by a geyer, who just left them here after reading them, so they're not mine. There are crumbs from snacks everywhere. They're not mine either, it's because Agaya and Kotori have been eating in here. Since the garage was demolished, my room has become our meeting place. I suppose there are so many things here that I have no recollection of. Sorry, I'll tidy... sorry. Sorry, I'll tidy that up soon. I clear away the trash and put all the unneeded objects out in the hallway. While I'm doing that, they just idly stands there waiting. Those two, they've been treating my room like a place to leave all their stuff. After coming and going several times, I see Arsa holding the photo frames that was on the desk. This photo... oh, wrong voice. This photo... I peek over the heads of the two sisters who have their faces close together. It's pretty easy to do that because even for girls they're pretty short. How's that photo? It was a glider on the runway overgrown with weeds. The blue sky stretching out in all directions. The shining white clouds bathed in the sunlight. Then there is our group. It was taken on the day that I had come back from the last test flight with Amane. It was a commemorative photo. This is a glider you saw just now. It's what it looks like when it's all put together. Both of them, especially Arsa, look enthusiastically at the photograph. When was this photo taken? Around the end of last year's summer holiday, we flew the glider at dawn. Strange clouds called morning glory appear, and that's what we were aiming for. So it was you guys flying that time? But you failed, didn't you? How do you know? I wonder. Kotori, Agaya and Aoi. That's right, isn't it? She points to the faces in the photo one by one. Who is the pretty one here? The last person in the photo. She points to Yvonne in the picture with a carefree smile, just like a little kid. That's Amane Mochizuki, also known as the super repeat student. She's already graduated, though. That's the person that Kotori was talking about before. Yeah, that's her. The genius is so smart she forgets that she's hungry. I add as I laugh at how strange that is. The legendary senior. Legendary, well, maybe that's true. Maybe the students of Keifu Academy will continue to tell the story of Amane Mochizuki, the strange senior, for a long time to come. Just like an urban legend. I narrow my eyes as I smile from the feelings of nostalgia as I look at the photo. The two of them look at me curiously from below. Something happened and the club lost its status, but originally we were the members of the Soaring Club. This photo is the last memorial picture of our club's activities. Have you stopped your club activities now? Well, we're still kind of continuing them. Now we've gone completely underground. We're not recognised by the school and we carry out our activities in secret so we don't get found out. Also, are you interested in gliders? No, I'm... She goes bright red as she looks down. My sister is interested in flying. She has been for a long time. Yeah. I see, we're planning to fly again soon, so you can come and watch if you like. Okay. Elsa's big round eyes sparkled and she nodded happily. When the sun went down, the mother of all storms blew outside, so we couldn't go out there and do any repairs. All we could do now was praise that the old dormitory could withstand it, and wait for the typhoon to pass. There's that girl Asa seems to be interested in gliders. Oh, really? I was telling Agea, who was helping, I should just say who was helping, to make dinner about the twins. Because it looks like she won't be able to go home tonight. It seems that Agea will be staying in Kotori's room. I asked her if she'd like to come and see us fly next time. Her eyes sparkled as she said okay. That's great, isn't it? You've been checking them out the whole time, isn't that cute? Nine, I don't mean like that. That's what they call lolicon, isn't it? Uh-oh. Now comes another anime trope, I feel, where the protag is constantly accused of being a lecherous perv. Kotori, who had been quietly chopping the vegetables, joins the conversation. You idiot, what the hell do you mean? They're only 2 years younger than me, that's not lolicon. Okay, well if they're in 3rd grade, and I'm getting that correct, that means they're about 18 now. So if they're 2 years younger, that means the twins are about 16 then, I'm guessing? I still don't really know what the ages of these characters are. Is it? Howie, a girl like that would be good. Howie, you're good at looking after people, so you'd be a sucker for someone who needs a lot of attention. She says as she looks at Kotori from the side. Kotori doesn't notice her looking, as she mumbles things like, "That's so cute, isn't it?" while chopping up the cabbage. We couldn't go shopping that night, so we were making okonomiyaki, fried omelette type thing, from the food we had left over. Had to read that word before I said it. Anyway, can you guys take back all of the manga and other things that you left in my room? If you don't, I'm going to throw them out. Hey, I was lending them to you. You should read them, they're really interesting, lad. Then we can have exciting discussions about them. Okay, if I have time. Exactly how much of an age gap do you need for it to be called lolicon? Forget about that, just chop some vegetables, will ya? Yeah, let's not talk about lolicon, thank you very much. The raging storm shook Maison du Flying Fish. Oh, and then the wind blew over quickly. Hey, are you really planning on living here? Yeah, because of the glider. That wasn't a Scouse accent, but never mind. This must be destiny. You think so too, don't you, Yoru? Destiny's just a load of nonsense, sis. You're such a romanticist. That's alright, isn't it? I don't care if you never understand how I feel. It's more girly to be a romanticist. Hey, yeah, I'm not that girly anyway. Also, there's something else that I thought was good. What's that? Everyone smiles so happily, to be aiming for the sky. Wow, the wind is really strong. The building might come crashing down while we're sleeping. Why does Yoru actually look like this thought excites her? Yoru, let's sleep together. Whatever shall we do? Oh god, she's got that anime whiny voice. Yoru-chan! I can't go high pitched, I'm not even going to try. Oh no, that's the same transition as before, that one. Okie doke. Probably been recording for nearly an hour, but I think we'll keep going a little bit longer yet. Make this a nice, decently sized episode. The next day, the typhoon had passed, under blue sky spread out over Kazagaura. Well, I guess we weren't going to get away from Student Council President, were we? That's why we asked for your favourable consideration, President. Please consider it. That wasn't German, but never mind. Please. Standing behind Kotori, we bow our heads. This is a 4th grade classroom. Yesterday we were ordered to go to the student council room, so we decided to take the initiative and go to Akari's classroom. We state the matter frankly. We are making an application for the revival of the Soaring Club. It was a negotiation to restore the Soaring Club, which lost its status last year. Yeah, we know it lost its status, game. You don't need to repeat that. Actually, that matter has already been rejected, Kotori. But I was under the previous student council, right? We thought that you might have different ideas. The title of leader of the Soaring Society isn't just a decoration. For a year, Kotori has been negotiating with the student council for the revival of the Soaring Club. However, the previous student council president had said that I don't think that Herr Tobioka would allow it. That was a typical example of someone who's afraid to rock the boat. The previous student council was dissolved, and in the election held a few days ago, yes, we know Akari was chosen. In her case, she might actually listen to what we have to say, so Kotori finally had grounds for negotiation. Akari was deep in thought as she stared at the application petition for the revival of the club. We watched over her with tense expressions. If it isn't officially recognised as a club, there are a few circumstances that could spell trouble for us. First is the issue of ownership of the glider, as that is property of the soaring club, so if it becomes a club again, it should be officially recognised as being under our ownership. If it was built using club funds, which is why it was taken away by the school, along with the club's status. In actuality, over half the funds for the construction were paid by Marne herself. There was also the problem of the club's funds. Currently, we are facing a serious shortage. The parts and materials come from Ageo and Kotori helping out at Anchan's place, but the transport costs for Ageo and I go to the airfield, and the cost of the flight training is no joke. Our intention is to use the funds to help cover these costs, even if only by a little. Another thing, the fact that we can't use the school facilities. For the manufacturing of the parts, even if we want to use the school's equipment, as they won't give us permission. Everyone just uses it freely, but with Herr Tobioka keeping an eye on us, being found out could cause problems. Lastly, we don't have anywhere to conduct our activities. As a result, we had to occupy the room used by the Kazato sisters. We can't continue to use the dormitory as our base of operations. Please, Student Council President, you know that we were serious about carrying out our club's activities? That's right, to Keifu Academy there's no other club which has such fitting club activities, don't you think? Everyone was desperately pleading with her, but... Actually, before that... Glare. Akari stared at us with a scary expression on her face. There's something I want to ask you all. It's about Glider that disappeared from the storeroom. Sorry, I'm turning into a Gaia. Her voice dropped down a tone. That alone was enough to make us cower in fear. Whatever could you mean? Even if we're totally busted, we have no choice but to play dumb. Akari's usually a fair person, but she won't be that flexible. If it was clear that we had taken it away, she would definitely have to take action. Someone sneaked into the storeroom and stole the glider that was being kept there. I wonder who would carry away such an enormous thing as that. The way she said it made it sound like she was implying I know it was you. She's completely right though. The thing with the glider was a huge miscalculation on our part. We knew that it would be a big disadvantage when it came to applying for the restoration of the club, but it couldn't be avoided. Knowing that this would happen, we came to her first to negotiate. Could it be some kind of geek, like an airplane geek? Maybe they really wanted it, no matter what. As I desperately tried to give a suitable answer, Akari looks towards me. Actually, you're saying it wasn't you? It wasn't, no way. I answer while choking on my words. My heart feels heavy as Akari's gaze, full of eyes even, full of righteousness, shoot a gaze right through me. Actually, very well. However, if it is made clear that you have been committing any form of misconduct, there's no way I can defend you, so be warned. Okay. Without thinking, I answered honestly. Ondagea gave me a poke into the ribs. That was like I was saying actually we stole it. Actually, even so, it was arranged that it would be donated to the museum next week. This seems like very good timing, doesn't it? Said Akari as she got a glimpse of our expressions. It seems that she'd like to know about that. About who leaks the information to us. Akari! At that moment, Masatsugu appeared, calling out in a frivolous voice. What time does today's student council meeting start? 4 PM, Masatsugu. So you're free until then? You want to go somewhere for a cup of tea? What are you guys doing here? Uh-oh. Is he trying to chat up the student council president? There's that bonehead Masatsugu. He's only just realised we're here. What are you doing? We came to apply for a restoration at club. So can you just get the hell out of here? What's with that attitude? I'm a member of the student council. Okay, he's also on there. Maybe we can leverage him for support. Masatsugu sticks his chest out in a patronising kind of way. Oh, someone just tried to text me. You probably all just heard that noise that my phone just made then, ladies and gents. What is that? Oh my god, it's about several messages. Oh, it's just my family and all that. Well, nothing important there. Just looking at it. Oh yes, that's right. He joins the student council this year as its secretary. In response to Masatsugu, Akari glared at him. What's the problem, Akari? Actually, we're having an important conversation right now. It's about the glider being stolen. I thought it was strange from the very beginning that it would be stolen just before it was about to be donated to the museum. If we assume that the culprit was a regular student, how would they have gotten that information? Well, just how did they do that? I'm not so clever, so I don't really understand it. Ageo and I look at each other. Isn't there a better way we can trick her? Akari seemed convinced by this poor attempt at deceiving her and didn't pursue it any further. For the time being, it's good that she didn't find the perpetrator who leaked the information. Okay, yeah. So was Masatsuga the one who leaked the information? Is that what it's getting at? I suppose this is kind of besides the point, but it looks like Masatsuga has broken up with his girlfriend, who he was in a band with. According to him, the reason was because of musical differences. According to Agaya, he got dumped. After that, he met a girl he was destined to be with. An odd, of course he's trying to chat up the student council president. But does she reciprocate? He said in order to chase after her, he joins the student council. So that's the end of that little side story. Actually, as for the club having lost its status, it's as we discussed before. I feel sympathetic to your cause, but there's nothing I can do about it. Right after Amane left, it was decided in a staff meetings that the club would have its status repealed without any notification, and Zenzi Garage was forcibly taken from us and demolished. This was all under the instruction of Herr Tobioka. Some of the students were against it, but Herr Tobioka went ahead and forced it to be demolished. The reason was, this had been promised from the beginning. Oh god, I just accidentally went into the transcript, didn't mean to do that. Actually, I don't approve of it either. It's a condition for the club losing its status of as simply as there were no other members besides Senior Mochizuki. I was going German then for some reason, whereas in actual fact all of you guys were there too. In spite of that, it was decided that the club status would be repealed just for the convenience of the teaching staff. That is a malicious infringement on the autonomy of the student council. If I had been student council president at that time, I would have put more of a fight. She spoke with her fist clenched and a furrowed brow, and she looked genuinely frustrated. She won't forgive those who selfishly ignore the rules, even if they are teachers. So that's what happened. She's the one who, when all is said and done, was working hard to help the soaring club to survive by putting pressure on Amane, who had been continuing with the club all by herself, at a time when the club was in danger of being shut down. She's strict, but really she's a good person. So please allow a revival. Yeah, President. The decision to repeal its status should never have been made. This was our big chance to make ourselves heard, but Akari shook her head. Why not? Actually, because it doesn't fulfill the conditions of being a club. First, you don't have enough members. Now, there are only 3 members. To be a club, you need... Yes, we know. We need at least 4. Yes, this visual novel does sometimes repeat the little details quite a bit, it feels like. Actually, next is the validity of the club's activities. Well, there are no problems there. This is about whether or not the activities are suitable for a student club. There's no problem as far as that goes. There is a lack of qualified personnel, that is a serious problem. If you're talking about a pilot's licence, Howie's got one. That's not enough though, is it? As well as the pilot, you also need qualifications for the equipment. Things like gliders cannot be administered without qualified personnel. Before, Amane had all of the necessary qualifications, so it wasn't a problem. Finally, there's the absence of an advisor. Mr. Yamanobe, who had until last year been the advisor, withdrew when the Soaring Club lost its status. He was under close scrutiny from Herr Tobioka and had to deal with a super problem child like Amane Mochizuki, so it's no wonder a third of his hair had gone white despite being still being quite young. He's timid but a decent guy under good teachers though. If you can't solve all of the aforementioned problems, there's no way I can accept your application. You're so stingy. Stingy? Even if the student council allows it, Mr. Tobioka wouldn't allow it, would he? The way she spoke was quite gentle, but what she really meant was, there's no way Herr Tobioka will let this slide if you can't fulfill the minimum conditions. In other words, you're saying it's not entirely impossible? Akari nods. If you can meet these conditions, we in the student council will negotiate with the teaching staff. With a look on her face that says this is what being fair is all about, Akari reassured us. Danke, President. If he bows as we make our way out of the 4th grade classroom. Actually, make sure the glider isn't found, okay? Okay. You're so honest. As I emphatically reply, Akari treated it as a joke and paid no attention. I mean, she knows. She knows it's us who stole it. I didn't think you guys would actually go ahead and steal it. As we step out into the hallway, Masatsugu came straight over to protest. So what did you think we were going to do, you bugger? Well, the one who gave us the news that the glider would be donated to the museum was none other than this guy. I thought so. Seems we found out because it came up in the student council agenda. We didn't steal it, we took it back. It belongs to us after all. Yeah, but there must have been a better way than this. What do you mean? In the past we used to play way more pranks than this with Anchan, didn't we? Agaya says, yup, as she nods. We did, didn't we? Then we got in big trouble. I'm not like you guys, I'm an honest kind of guy. How much hard work did V, put into making that thing? When you think about that, what you did was no big deal. This is what wrong voice. That's what I thought, which is why I told you. Just don't get reckless. Yeah, thanks for helping out. Well, at least he does kind of have our interests at heart. Well then, that's all for homeroom class. Can the person on day duty please come forward? Stand up, stand to attention and bow. Oh, this is the first grade classroom. You're not getting away from me today. You're going to come and take a look at our card club. That's kind of, I mean, what's all this about? You haven't joined any clubs, have you, Asa? Yes, that's true. Come on, please. Just come and take a look. There are no new members at all, and the seniors are really worried about it. I'm lonely too. Including me, there are only two first grade... Oh, wrong voice. There are only two first graders, and the other one's a boy. I'm really lonely. Please, come on. Since you put it like that, I might just go and take a look. See, I knew you'd help me out. There aren't any other clubs you want to join, are there? I'll treat you to some Marbo tofu. Also buy you some Tan noodles. I found a Chinese restaurant that does super spicy food. Tan noodles? Drools. I know how much you love spicy food. This is a good way to tempt you. Sis. Oh, Yoru. Is your homeroom class finished too? Yeah, what's up? I've been invited by a girl in my class to join her club. Oh, you Asa's twin sister? Maybe you'd be interested too. Card games might seem a little boring, but the games can get quite heated. I'll pass. I'm not really interested in card games. Yoru, wait. Oh wait, Asa. She got away again. She sounds really sad. Wait, Yoru, that wasn't very nice just now. What? I'm not really into cards. You're the same, right? Yes, but since you're not very good at turning people down, one day someone will take advantage of you and you'll suffer because of it. You need to be much more sharp-tongued like me. You gotta call people a bunch of bitches and that gets rid of them. I'm okay, I'm smart enough to realise that. So now you're calling yourself smarter. Also, when someone comes to talk to me, I can't just give some kind of offhand response. Sheesh, you really are kind, aren't you? If that's the case, you should have joined the card club. Well, that's what? Hey Yoru, where did the Soaring Society carry out their activities? Why are you talking about that all of a sudden? Well, Sis, could it be? Yeah, well, you should give up on that. The Soaring Society doesn't count as club activities. There are only a few members. They have some really annoying teacher keeping his eye on them, and there are tons of other bad points. Weird line break there, in that text box, don't know what that's about. That's why no one joins or goes anywhere near them. If you join a club with guys like that, you know a lot about it, Yoru. Yeah, I guess so. So you know where they go about their activities too? I don't know that. Even though I'm trying to stop you, you're going to do it anyway, aren't you, sis? Sheesh. It's really unusual for you to get so fired up about something. Is that why you're getting angry about it? Those meanies trying to take away my beloved sister, the light of my life. I'll never forgive them. Yoru. Even though I try so hard, it doesn't have any effect on you. Why are you so cheerful all of a sudden? Eh? What? Recently you've been in a really vague state of mind, so why? Why? Why, you say? Since coming to the dormitory, you've had a fire in your eyes. You've been more cheerful, so I'm happy about it. But as well as that, I'm really frustrated. Yoru? I like how it's the same CG, the same hallway in the background. It's like we're having our two separate conversations, but we're right next to each other. We didn't steal it. No, that's not. We didn't steal it. We took it back. It belongs to us, after all. Yeah, but there must have been a better way than this. What do you mean? In the past... Wait, this is the same dialogue as before. Aren't you going to go into... Oh, we are literally in the same hall. Okay. I guess they can hear all of our conversation. Aren't you going to go and talk to them? No, it looks like they're enjoying themselves. I don't understand why you won't talk to them because they're enjoying themselves. If I butt in, it'll just be an inconvenience to them. I'll just mess up their sense of community. Since it's really annoying how you have these half-hearted reservations about things. If that's the case, what are you going to do about the Soaring Society? You should go and talk to them if that's what you want to do. Also, you can ask them about where they do their activities while you're there. Yes, you're right, but... Geez, you really do always put other people first, sis. You're different to someone self-centred like me, to the point where it's kind of worrying. Well, I think that's one of your good points, though. It's not that I put others first. I can be self-centred too. I'm the one who suddenly said that I wanted to move out. Now I got you involved in all of this. If you're talking about me, I chose to come with you, because I worry about you. See, I really am causing problems for you. So if you're planning causing problems for people, why don't you ask Grandpa to buy you a glider? He might buy you something like that, you know. That's not it. I don't want to buy one. That's not what I want. I want to build one by hand and then fly it. How should I put this? What? I can't really explain, but that's the sort of thing that I want to do. It's your dream, right? That's something that I don't really understand. I just think it's some sort of silly game, but that's just like you. Interesting. Let's solve them one at a time. On the way home, we were discussing the conditions that Akari spoke to us about. The easiest one to solve is getting enough members. Agaya, do you have anyone in mind? Hardly any. Shino and a couple of others were interested. How about you, Aoi? I hardly have any ideas either. There's no one who has actually come forward and said that they want to join. The general level of awareness of the Soaring Club has risen since the times that Amane was doing it by herself, and the number of people interested in the club's activities has increased. On the other hand, the rumours that if you get involved, Herr Tobioka will have his eye on you is spreading, so there's not really anyone that would join that easily. Kotori, how about you? As Kotori sat there in her wheelchair, she looked down, deep in thought. Her expression seemed gloomy somehow. What's up, Kotori? I don't want any new members to join. Hey, what's this all of a sudden? It's just that whoever that person is, they don't know what our feelings are, or what we intend to do. About how we are longing for the morning glory, or about Amane and Asuka. About the day we were so close but couldn't quite make it. Agaya and I had the same kind of expression as Kotori. We had mixed feelings about having new members join. We're trying to carry out our activities as a club, so I understand this is a contradiction. It's not easy to make a clear decision. I wonder what Amane's doing right now. I don't know, won't she be the same as always? Amane is now working at her father's laboratory. We sometimes text her, but she replies either don't come, or if they do, they come much later. It's obvious that she's not much of a writer, when it's likely that she doesn't even realise when a text has been sent to her. Sometimes she replies to several texts all at the same time, so the content of the message is hard to understand. She's probably sitting in her seat at the laboratory, but I wonder what she does all day. Is she eating properly, I wonder? I feel nostalgic as I recall the way she ate, as it totally spoils the effect of her good looks. We only spent about 2 months together, but to us, that time still feels very special. Maybe gliders have become a thing of the past to Amane. As Kotori mumbles quietly, we all start to feel kind of sad. When she's concentrating on something, she loses sight of everything else around her. Pretty soon she'll probably make some invention that'll amaze the world, don't you think? It's possible that Amane's inventions are already everywhere, but we just haven't realised. She's not the sort to boast about her own achievements, which is why, even if that happened, she wouldn't go as far as to send a text saying isn't that great or something like that. We'd like her to send us something, though. We have to fly again. Then we want Amane to see it. Yeah, right. In order to do that, there were many hurdles for us to overcome. One of those was finding new club members. Okay, so I guess the story at this point becomes, let's meet these conditions. We can make these parts using school's equipment, so if we sneak in at lunchtime, the problem is the main wings. I guess there's no way we can make them unless we have somewhere spacious. It takes time, so it's difficult for us to use Anchan's place. If only we had the garage. Can we help you? That wasn't Irish, but never mind. We spread out the designs on the dining hall table, and we had our faces close together, but we noticed Asa watching us from a distance. It almost seemed like she was hiding in the shadows. No, it's nothing. Kotori tilted her head as if to say, what a strange girl. Oh, are we in the bay? Sorry, there are no other big tables. Since we lost the garage, Maison du Flying Fish has become the base of operations for the Soaring Society. We normally use my room, but I've vacated that for now, so the only other places are here or Kotori's room. We need a table just to lay out the design, so now we're using the dining hall table. I thought that you were all enjoying yourselves. Enjoying ourselves? We all looked at each other. Because we looked like we were all deliberating it, as I felt unnecessarily intimidated. Are those designs? They are for a glider. Are you going to make it by yourselves? That's right, not all of it though. Wow, when people become third graders, they're able to make things like that. As expected of Grandpa's Keifu Academy. Well, that doesn't really have anything to do with it. Until now, we haven't been taught anything in class about making gliders. Huh? But you already have a glider. Yeah, but something happened. Also, that one's broken. Agaya spoke like it was something to laugh about. In the last flight with the Manes, there was damage such as cracks to the fuselage when it still hasn't been repaired. Well, we won't be able to do it for a while. The repairs or the construction. Why's that, pet? There's nowhere to do it. For something as huge as that, we need an even bigger place to make it. A big place, you say? Asa seemed to be mumbling something Valdeepan thought. I bet she pulls a few strings with Grandad, maybe. I'm hungry. Kaneko let out a pathetic whimper as she came into the dining hall. I look at the clock to see that it's 6 o'clock. It's already this late. It's about time to start preparing dinner. Shall we call it a day? Aye, okay then. If you cheerfully fold up the designs. What is it, Asa? Hey, no, it's nothing. Okay, see you tomorrow, love. Yeah. See you, Agaya. Kotori and I see off Agaya and then go into the kitchen. Alright, let's get dinner ready. What are we having today? Diablo chicken on rocket salad taught to us by Hibari. Yesterday we made okonomiyaki from leftovers, which was a little disappointing. Having said that, everyone seemed satisfied. So today we decided to make something more extravagant. By the way, Diablo chicken is a spicy dish of a chicken fried in pepper and spices, and is unbelievably delicious. It makes you sweat a lot, so it's the perfect dish in the summer. Okay, I'll make the salad. Sure, I'll leave that to you. It's been a while since she started helping with dinner. Kotori's gotten used to it too. Yay, I love that. It's really tasty. Asa? Asa? It seems that Asa can't hear Kaneko's voice as she stares into the kitchen. Then slowly, I'll help out too, pet, she said as if she were compelled by a sense of duty. Nine, it's okay. Right now we're causing so many problems for you, I'm not even being able to give you a proper room. That's right, this is my job. But Asa is looking at Kotori. Could it be you're thinking about a wheelchair user like me doing chores? No, that's not it. She fidgets uncomfortably. Seems like Kotori was spot on. I prefer it if you didn't underestimate me. Even though I'm like this, I'm pretty good, you know. Kotori sticks out her modest chest with pride while sitting in her wheelchair. Why do you have to say her modest chest? What are you getting at there, game? Don't worry, once the preparations for your room have been finished, we'll give you some chores to do too. Okay. She seems despondent somehow. Does she feel like she's been scolded? It's fine. Why don't you let her do it? Kaneko? It's not like you, Aoi. You might be holding back because of the situation with the room, but I don't think it's a good idea in this case. Come on, Asa, over here. Kaneko takes Asa by the hand and brings her into the kitchen. It's okay, right, Aoi? What should she do? Okay, could you wash the vegetables? To start with, I'll try asking her to do something that seems easy. Having said that, since we have to prepare enough for all the borders, just washing them is quite a big job. Come on. Kaneko had only brought Asa in here, but it looks like she isn't planning to help. Asa stands in front of the sink and picks up some vegetables. So I'm going to wash this, right? There is dirt all over the roots and so on, so wash them carefully. Got it, pet. Asa answered with sincerity and started to wash the vegetables with detergent. Stop. You can't use detergent. But I'm washing them. I've never washed before. I'm Scouse. We live in filth over in Liverpool. Just water is fine. Oh, I see. It's been a while since I saw something as stupid as washing food with detergent. Okay, so I'll wash them with water. Hold on, Asa. Yeah? That's probably enough. If you wash them too much, they'll lose all the nutrients. Really, pet? If we keep on at this pace, we'll never get it finished. But if I only wash them a little, I'm scared there might still be germs on them. That's enough. Give it to me. Yoru. Yoru appeared from behind and took the vegetables from Asa's hand. Seems like she was worried about Asa, so she was watching over her. Geez, you're totally missing the point. There's a lot of them, so if you're just washing them, hurry up and get it done. You useless bitch. Yoru starts washing them in a vase that looks like the work is flowing smoothly. In contrast to her appearance and behaviour, is she actually good at housework? She's unexpectedly homely and might be a good girl after all. What should we do after we wash the vegetables? If there's anything else to do, we could do that at the same time. declared Yoru, who really doesn't seem to have any motivation in her voice at all. I'm still Scouse there for some reason, even though that's Owie's thoughts. Okay, can you cut vegetables? Give me a break, of course I can, you stupid bastard. It would be a big help if you could cut some onions, carrots, potatoes and so on for this soup. Yeah, I'll say one thing though. I'm not doing this to help you guys. I'm just doing this because I couldn't stand to watch my sister any longer. I stand corrected, she's not a good girl after all. Here's a peeler. I don't need it. The sprouts are deep, so this way is quicker. As she said that, Yoru started to peel the skin from the potatoes with a knife. She was doing it really nicely, only peeling off the skin and leaving the inside intact. Hey, she's pretty good at this. Why do you have sour grapes about it? After washing the vegetables, without wasting any time at all, she peeled the potatoes and carrots, then started cutting them with the knife. What size would you like? Would it be better if they were a bit smaller? The potatoes were cut into an almost equal bite-sized chunks. 9s, that's fine like that. I see. Should have cut the onions, didn't they? Yeah, lengthways. I'll say this now. My hourly rate is high, you know. This seems strange somehow. She's really good. I wonder who's better, her or Owie. It's annoying, but she's better than me. Just a little, though. What is it? Nothing much. Did you make the meals at your house? Not really. For something like this, you should be able to do it after taking home economics class, right? I can't do it, though. At our house, our parents were often not there. She didn't like the food made by the house staff, so Yoru would often make the food. Sis, don't tell them things they don't need to know. Where did you learn to cook? I don't think you'd learn how to do that in home economics class. You can Google it. I see. So in this age where the internet is flourishing, you can learn to cook without being taught by your parents. Bear in mind this game I think was released in 2013, so it's actually over 10 years old, this VN. Hence why, you know, they're still talking about the internet as though it's a fairly young thing, even though, you know, even by that point it wouldn't have been a young thing. The internet's been around in one form or another since, you know, the 90s, commercially, really. Yoru is great. She can remember anything easily and is good at everything. That's why I'm so proud of her. Little sis, I told you not to tell them things like that. She's the conceited girl, genius girl. God, I couldn't say that for a moment then. That day's dinner was really delicious. Okay, right, we're looking at time, since we're into another scene, another day. That's probably a good place to wrap up the episode, I think, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so the twins have officially joined us. They've been properly introduced and all that. So Asa clearly is going to join the club at some point, isn't she? So we're going to satisfy that requirement to have 4 members at least. So then it's just a matter of all the qualifications and all that, I guess. So, yeah, time skip has happened. We're steadily rebuilding. That's what this next arc, I guess, in the story is going to be all about. Alright, social media links, propagandist channel link, etc, etc, as usual, are in the video description for anyone interested. If you enjoyed, a like is, of course, always appreciated, as usual. Other than that, I'll see you for the next part. We'll continue on. Goodbye, everybody. Ooh! Hi? What are you? Hey, viewers of US's. Gay! Get off my freaking table, you bastard! Get out of it! How do I deal with this? Where's my freaking staff? There it is. He's taking my bloody table away, the bastard! Oi! There's another one down there! What is this? No! Come back here! Get back there with my bloody workbench, you bitch! Well, I wasn't expecting this to happen. Get out! Get the hell out! Well, this is a fantastic start to the video. Oi! You're going down, bitch! Just lock onto it, please, Grandalf. Where is he? There he is. God dang it, there's 2 of them.